guys, welcome back to another interview here on Toned In Entertainment. Today we are at River City Wrestling Con, and I'm joined by Illustrator Erik Hodson. How you doing?
Doing pretty well, Tony. How are you?
I'm doing great. I mean, I came by here and I am completely geeking out right now.
Oh, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. I try to put all the fun and excitement of wrestling and comics, which are the two things that probably my top two, you know. And I always thought of wrestlers as live-action comics, supervillains anyway, and superheroes. So that was kind of the whole start to doing all this.
Yeah, I mean, it's my two favorite things here. That's what we do here on the channel.
Nice.
Wrestling, comics, and movies.
It's perfect.
But I mean, look at this. I mean, we've got Rob Van Dam, Ron Simmons, Britt the Hitman Hart. I've seen like 10 Sting posters, and I'm completely in fanboy heaven right here.
Hey, great to hear. Yeah, Sting's like the one I've drawn the most. A lot of those were done for StarCast convention, which followed AEW around in the very beginnings. And Sting was a major part of the convention, and so I did a lot of exclusive stuff for that. I've had the opportunity to work for High Spots. They've kept me very busy doing exclusive stuff for signings. Personal artist for Mick Foley on 2 of his tours, his book tour and his comedy tour. We did artwork for that as well. And illustrator for the Roddy Piper comic book that we did.
Right, we've already talked to the writer of the Rowdy Piper comic book, and here it is, right here, in case you haven't bought it already. Here it is, right here. I haven't read it yet. I just picked it up, so I cannot wait to read it.
I can't wait to hear what you think of it, too. We just went into our second printing on it, moving into the second book, which is going to be British Bulldog.
Right.
Through Mess Bucket Comics, we're kind of doing a little shared universe thing, so looking forward to doing about 4 books in that series total.
Now, have any wrestlers at conventions or anywhere you've been come up and said to you, hey, this is awesome?
Yeah, you know, when I first started doing this, I thought it might be kind of an issue. You know, some people don't like their likeness or what, but it's been overall very positive. You know, like I need to stick the as seen on TV on the Kane one because that made it into A&E's WWE Treasures episodes.
Very nice.
That they did with Kane, and so that one's been on national television now, so that's kind of cool. But yeah, overall, and it led to those things. You know, it was because I was doing this that I got the gig to do the Piper book. It's because I was doing this, you know, this one up here with Phenom Undertaker in it. That's why Mick Foley sought me out. It's like, who did this? Tracked me down, and the guy that brought him out gave him my phone number, and he just called me out of the blue. And I'm like, hey, this is Mick Foley. I'm like, okay.
Right. And what's great is, you know, if you're at these conventions, people can find a Ron Simmons one or a Mick Foley, Thunder Rosa, people who are here, and then pick one up, and if they didn't bring anything to get autographed, it's like the perfect item.
Yeah, no, getting a photo is a really special thing, but what I try to do with these is tell the story of the characters involved, the wrestlers, the matches, and comic art transitions perfectly for that. And so, like, you might be a fan of, like, say, Stone Cold Steve Austin or, you know, some other wrestler, but you won't a fan of those. They've got specific matches. Mm-hmm. There's matches that just stand out in your mind and just lingers there for years. And so I find it's really easy to do that with a comic artist to do those matches, like with the Britt Baker Thunder Rosa, which is obviously one of the best, if not the best, women's wrestling match of all time. Had me on the edge of my seat. And I know behind the kayfabe, so for me to get emotionally involved is like, oh. So, you know, I had to do something for that one, and both ladies have loved it. Reception's been great, and it leads to more work with them.
Right. I actually just interviewed Thunder Rosa a few minutes ago, and I mentioned that match, of course, and she's like, you know what? That's the match that everybody's going to talk about now for the rest of probably her wrestling career.
You know, and it's the way it should be. I mean, now she's got to top that. I mean, good luck, but
it's so many cool things here. Like, I could see here and like go into a trance over just some of the cool stuff here. Ricky Steamboat versus Ric Flair and Andre versus Hulk. If there's one match for you that stands out, that just stands out in your mind forever, what is that match?
Good grief, that's a huge question. Honestly, probably like the Hogan Andre. Just because I was so young and impressionable when I started getting into wrestling with that. So that's just like burned into the brain permanently like a tattoo, you know, stuff like that. And then of course you've got like the screw job with Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels. first ladder match.
Razor and Shawn.
Yeah, absolutely. WrestleMania 10. I mean, those types of matches. More recently, the first time we saw Jericho and Kenny Omega going at it, Wrestle Kingdom. Oh my gosh!
Right. Yes.
Incredible performances. So, yeah, there's too many to say just one. So I had to go with like nostalgia. The one that got me hooked into it.
Nostalgia's always good. I love me some nostalgia.
Absolutely.
Now, where can people look you up if they're interested in picking up some of this awesome artwork?
Well, you can find me on all the social medias under @DreadedDinosaur. Try to be on all the ones that matter, so if you don't find me on there, it don't matter.
It don't matter, right?
And you can go to my website, erikhodson.com. That's ERIKHODSON. Click buy prints and help me pay the rent and all that kind of stuff.
There you go. Artists are hungry.
Yes, we are.
Yes, we are. Well, Erik, thank you so much for joining me here. Of course. Awesome time talking to you just about art. I can sit here and have like a 2-hour conversation probably about wrestling, but YouTube will probably be mad at me, so we're gonna go on.
You gotta please the algorithm.
Please the algorithm, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you dig it? I hope you can. Guys, if you like interviews like this with Erik, make sure you stay tuned in here to Toned In Entertainment for future videos.
Click that like button, smash it, subscribe, come on.
Come on, like 90% of my audience are not subscribers, so why aren't you subscribing when you're watching this video?
Thumb up the video. Thumb up the video.
And comment, tell everybody how awesome the art is here.
Or tell them that I suck and never interview me again. I don't care.
Yes, tell us anything. We don't care. We're big boys. We can take it, right?
Absolutely.
Well, guys, you have heard everything you have to do, so go ahead and do that, and we'll see you on a future video. Subscribe to the channel. Do it. Go now. Do it now.